train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Yoda. What's going on, wolves? It's your boy Saeed, and the line that I just said is Yoda. I don't know which Star Wars it is because I haven't even seen. I've only seen the first three, but he's advising Anakin, young, before he became Darth Vader, and Anakin is having these premonitions that something bad's gonna happen to his mom, and then Yoda tells him that fear of loss is the path to the dark side. And what I want to talk about in this video is letting go of fear of losing something and letting go of our attachments to and expectations to how things should be, to the outcome. And we'll talk about a lot of examples. I get a feeling this video is going to be on the longer side, and the only reason is because I've been thinking about this topic a lot, and I don't even think this is going to be the only video about it, because I'm really digging deep down into this concept of detachment and letting go of fear of loss. Another great line from Fight Club. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. And I can give you a simple example. Right now, in this moment, I really don't care who passes by me or anything else in this moment. You know, I'm not free of that. I'm training myself. But I'm kind of lost that ego part of me in this moment. It'll probably come back and I have to train it to care what anyone thinks of me, so I can talk freely to this camera, right? It's in the moment thing. It's very much in the moment thing, and that's what we're going to talk about, detachment. Okay? So, perfect example. There's a girl that you like in your class, in your gym, in your building, a girl you see on a regular basis, and you know, there is some sort of sexual attraction between the both of you, and you feel it and she feels it, but you're hesitant. You're hesitant because you're hesitant about asking her out, or you're hesitant to ask her out for a date or whatever, or text her. Maybe you have her number but you're hesitant to text her and whatever. And a lot of times this is because you fear to lose her, meaning you're scared to say the wrong thing. You're scared, in your mind, you want to say the right thing so you can keep her, because now you're kind of attached to her. You probably played scenarios in your head of you guys like doing some things in the future, etc., kissing, whatever, chilling. And now, because you have these attachments to that image that you drew in the future, now you have this anxiety inside of you, this fear of losing her. Even though right now in the current moment you haven't even gone on a date, or maybe you've gone on one date or whatever, and now you're scared because you attach yourself to a future projection. Okay? Now, how do you deal with that? How do you let go of your fear of losing? Well, like Yoda says, you must train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Meaning, recognize that the final destination, after it's all said and done, the final destination of this whole game we call life, Earth, being on Earth, incarnation on Earth, the final destination, undeniably, and the only thing we know for certainty and nobody can argue, is we die physically. Our physical body functions no more and we're dead. That's it. And our spirit goes back where it came from, becomes one with God again, becomes one with the divine again. But the fact remains that the final destination of it all of these trees and all of these birds and everything that we have and everything that we own, including this thing that I'm wearing here, and this necklace and this shirt and this hair, it's all gone. All of it. And it's like Tyler Durden says in Fight Club, you have to know, not fear, know that someday you're gonna die. Alright? And once you really come to grips with that, once you really understand that at a deeper level, then you have this freedom suddenly to say, hey, all I have is this moment, all I have is now. And I'm gonna do everything that I can possibly do right now. Not in the future, not in the past, right now. Because I can, you know something? You know, there are no bears here, but for argument's sake, I can be walking here, shooting a video, and if let's say I'm walking in a mountainous area somewhere in Alberta, and there's a bear right there, and the bear attacks me, and kills me, and I'm dead. That's it. And you have to know, not fear that you're gonna die, okay? There's no fear of death, alright? If you guys have been kind of like, if you start watching some stuff about like near-death experiences, or if you've done psychedelics, right? Especially at high dosages, you kind of die in a way, and you realize that actually death, because your ego experiences this, it's just gone, right? And all boundaries dissolve, and you will realize that death is actually a beautiful destination, and it's not it's the final destination for our physical bodies, but in soul, we're souls, spiritual beings having human experience. We go back to a better place. Now, I can't tell you what that place looks like. I'm trying. This is why I experiment with psychedelics, and this is why I'm very curious, right? I'm interested to know more about that place, but I do know it's very blissful because I've experienced it firsthand. And you can also experience it in cold showers. I mean, it's so cold. Like, you know, right now you can't, it's summer. But in like January, and if you take a cold shower and you stay under the water long enough, you will experience that ego death. You will experience that nirvana. You will experience something, and you'll just start laughing hysterically, you know? And again, it's that blissful state that we're originally from. Alright? So fear death not. Don't fear death. Just know you're gonna die at some point, and recognize that everything you have is gone. It's gone. It's already gone. And everything you have right now is the moment. The present moment. If you're grateful right now for the present moment, alright? And like, here's another example. So I just had a tremendous workout. Absolutely one of the best workouts, because I'm trying to instill this philosophy during every moment of my life. And I'm training right now. Like, I'm nowhere near, you know, mastering it. But what a lot of times happens to me is I have this amazing workout in the gym. Then I get out of the gym, and because I have so much adrenaline in there and so much strength and power, and just, you know, I feel superb, like you know, I'm high on life, and I'm just high on this adrenaline and endorphins, right? And then I get out of the gym, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't feel the same anymore. But that's because I'm attached to that feeling. That feeling is gone. That moment is gone. But right now, you know what? If I stay in with the moment right now, I feel very grounded, very relaxed, very joyful, very calm, right? So if I stay with that, as opposed to attaching myself to that feeling of adrenaline and endorphins and, you know, just pure power, then I'm attached to the past that's gone, right? Now the energy is changing through me naturally, because that's life. You know, you can't have everyday sunshine and green, because, like, I mean, all of this around me right now, you know, in 2 months will be different, in 3 months will be different, and we're the same, because again, we lose our connection with nature. We don't observe nature enough. We don't spend enough time in nature. But when you observe nature, you realize we're the same way. We're always changing, and the energy through us is always changing. And there are certain ways that we can do to channel more positive energy, right? Things we can do, talk about them in these videos all the time, right? So we have some level of control over what kind of energy we want to inhibit, but nevertheless, it's always changing, and we should not be attached to the past or the future. Now, there's another thing. So, you know, you guys know I talk a lot about visualization and manifestation and going after your dream and building visions, right? And one of the most common problems with that, and I tell you this because I experience it like a lot, right? Is you go in, you visualize something. Let's say you visualize building a $1 million business, all right? And then, or you visualize, like, okay, let's say you visualize your next meeting, you have a business meeting or something, and you visualize, you know, you close the deal, for example, all right? And you visualize, like, suddenly your company goes from like a $100,000 company to, like, say, $200,000 company, for example, right? Then you go into the visualization with that in mind, and then you get out of the visualization, and then you're like, you start being anxious, because now you're like, oh fuck, what if I don't get the 200? What if I don't close this deal? Well, understand the visualization is simply you're trying to mimic a feeling that you want to have. You should not be attached to the outcome. You should not be attached. The whole point of visualization, visualizing your future and building vision, is to experience a feeling. So the feeling of the $200,000, your company closing the deal, it's a good feeling. It makes you feel good. Focus on that. Don't focus on the outcome or how it should happen. Because we're in a human body, we're so limited, right? If you don't allow the universe to do its thing, because you might get the $200,000 not from this upcoming meeting, but maybe in another one. You close another deal, maybe not this deal, and maybe you close this deal. You never know. But don't get attached to how it should happen physically. In the physical realm, right here, you should always want to stay in the moment. Always be open to receive. Don't be attached to how things should be. Don't be attached to how people should respond to you. You go into this meeting that you visualize already closing and successful. Don't be attached to the outcome. Don't go in with the expectation that it's going to close. Go in with the expectation of, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to let it be. And if you can do that with everything, same thing with like if you want to ask a girl out and you visualize asking her out and always visualize success, right? You visualize it being successful and she gives you the number and you guys feel good, right? But when you go ask her out, empty your mind from all expectations. The whole point of visualization is to get in that feeling, to see yourself do something. So you might not get the girl's number, or you might not, build that bond with her, but guess what? Maybe the next day or next week, another girl passes by and now you guys really have this connection and it just happens so naturally. Let go. Don't be attached. Don't have expectations. Don't be attached to your expectations of how things should be. Use visualization as a tool to make you feel a certain feeling. All right? And make you see yourself do something that isn't maybe an obstacle in your head, but physically just be in the moment. Don't be attached to the past. I'm not going to be attached right now to that because I had an incredible workout today. Super pumped up, like very coked up almost, like you would think I snorted like lines of coke before I went in the gym. Just a cold shower, that's it. Cold shower is better than cocaine. And I know because, I don't have to say it on camera, but I'm telling you, cold showers are better than cocaine. So, but anyway, but I can't be attached to that. You know what? I go home right now, and if I feel tired and sleepy, because I've had like a tremendous workout and I'm doing a lot of energy, I shouldn't be, because right now I feel super good in nature, right? Because I let go of the past. But if I go home and suddenly I feel tired and I want to just chill and relax, I should do that too. I shouldn't be attached to me feeling energized right now and just calm. You gotta just do what you're feeling. Don't be attached to the past. Don't be attached to the future. Stay in here right now, okay? Use visualization as a tool to get you to see yourself do something, to break certain obstacles in your mind, but don't be attached to how it's going to happen, okay? So don't be afraid to lose. That's the whole point, right? It's only after we've lost everything, when you go up to a girl, you want to ask her out, already in your mind say, I'm ready to lose her, okay? If she's right now out of my life, it's okay. If I go into this business deal right now, and this business deal is done, it's not working, I'm okay with that. I'm going to go in furiously, right? Visualize the success of it. But when it comes to the physical action, you're like, I got nothing to lose. Because then you're free, and then the force flows through you better. Okay? Anyway, a topic I would love to revisit again and again and again. And I'm spending most of my mental energy right now on working on this topic. This is why this was a longer video, right? Because, yeah, like last couple of days, 2-3 days, I've been kind of just incorporating this philosophy. And everything's just happening so smoothly, and I'm meeting people in a very synchronistic way that I never thought, like 2 days ago I met these guys in here and we had a blast, man. We talked about we had a blast. These guys were conscious, high, their third eye was open, woke. that's the term, right? Woke. But yeah, again, we'll revisit again the topic of fear nothing to lose. You must train yourself, and this takes training, practice, man. I am nowhere near there, trust me. I'm spending like the next month, 2 months, mostly focusing my energy on this specific topic. Detachment and losing your fear of, or letting go of your fear of losing. Alright? So, we'll revisit it again and again and again. Check out SaidMobile.com for inspiration, for empowerment, and go to the description, get a free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate in All Areas of Life. Leave me something in the comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're going to sleep with the fishes.